You are right. I was going to ask you one that did you do the gifts for the flight attendant?
Nope.
Okay. You like right into my soul then. You didn't know I was going to ask that. Gotcha! Hello and welcome to the 17th episode of Little Did I Know podcast. I am your host, Stephanie Parks.
And I am your other host, Shauna Zolman-Mihaly. This is Little Did I Know, where two friends share our journeys through life, the good and the bad, without ever losing our laughter.
If you'd like to find out more episodes, you can find us at stephandshauna.com or at Little Did I Know on Facebook and Instagram. There's a couple great things about today's episode. First of all, I want to tell you that we are recording face-to-face.
First time
In Kansas City. And so this is a special edition
It is.
of Little Did I Know.
Special. Yes, it truly is special. And it's kind of awkward using one mic.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not
Okay.
awkward. You're awkward. I'm not awkward. Okay. So
awkward.
I want to start off. I have two fun facts. You know, I'm getting better at, I can't just narrow it down to one. So I have two fun facts. And they both center around Girls Weekend, which is what we are wrapping up.
Yes,
Right?
which was truly epic. And we're still feeling it.
And there are some things that will stay in the vault forever, and some we'll disclose as we go along. But the first fun fact is that I, Stephanie Parks, obtained gold status with Uber this weekend.
Everybody knew about it.
Every Uber driver welcomed me that way. I welcomed myself in. So I am pretty much the queen in Ubers right now. Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. So that has been fantastic. I think I actually saw that I have a $5 credit now. Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, you had $5 credit.
I know, but I would like to think every time I get in the Uber, I get a $5 credit. Like that's
Is that what happens?
I think
when
it
you're
might
gold
be,
status?
but it's probably not true. But I want that to
We
be.
should test this theory.
Where do you want to go? Let's go pick up Tate in the Uber. Nothing embarrasses a middle schooler than a mom who is out of control. Okay, so in keeping with Tribe Weekend, okay, here is a fun fact that I know you do not know this, okay? Bees will get drunk when alcohol is available, and there are bouncer bees at the beehive, and they will refuse to let them in until they sober up.
What are you talking about? What does that even mean?
This is a fun fact of nature. Bees can actually get drunk on alcohol, and there are actual bouncer bees at the hive, and they will refuse to let them in until they sober up. Fun fact.
Are you who would be the person that like just videos that happen, like a National Geographic type video, and they're watching this, how do they follow a bee from drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
One.
Right.
And then follow it?
Are there bee bars? Like, what is this? I don't know. So I have friends who own beehives. Uh-huh. So I'm going to send her a message. Her name's Dawn Summers. Okay. Dawn, I'm going to message you and ask about this and see if maybe we can even set up like Dateline sets up like To Catch a Predator.
Yeah,
like I think we should be To Catch a Drunk Bee.
And then we can like circle Bouncer Bee 1, Bouncer Bee 2.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if do you think we're jacking?
Gold chain. They definitely have a gold chain.
I bet they have a little bit bigger muscles too. Yeah. Okay.
Thicker bees, bigger stinger.
Well, the bigger stinger, you know. Uh-huh. I dated a bouncer once. No, I'm kidding. So there you go. Fun fact. You didn't know that, did you? You did know gold status because I've shared it.
I did know gold status.
Yeah.
I did not know the bee situation, and I still need proof. That's one I need proof on.
Okay, Dawn Summers, we're coming for you. That's going to happen. It is going to happen. Okay, so for this episode, we are going to we're going to talk about Kansas City weekend, right?
Yeah. There's so many things that because one of the things that we ended on with, I think last episode, was little did I know what will happen this weekend. So
That's right.
now we can answer that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of little did I know situations that happen.
You're right. Yeah.
Good, bad, and different that we just didn't see coming or we didn't know about. But we do now.
Okay, so I want to make this a yearly thing, right? And we could be in different locations, but we always get together and make it a thing. And clearly the park's host because we are good hosts. But I think when we get a little bit, I mean, listen, when we get farther out, what would be so great is if we have a call-in show. And not just our tribe, but other people, so Adele would call us in and she'd be like, ladies, when I saw you this weekend,
I just love what you're doing, darling.
I like your high kicks. Ames, how's your hip? I mean, all of the, I think a live call-in, our CIA Uber driver,
Which, that's not an abbreviation for anything other than what you think.
Right.
That really happened. Mm-hmm. We had an Uber driver. Mm-hmm. That because of how magical we are,
right, and
we guessed status, and of course her gold status. But we guessed that he was a CIA agent, and he genuinely was.
He showed us a
medallion.
We're gonna keep his
it's Joe
identity secret because we don't want him to get fired, right? Yeah. But he did show us credentials.
He did. It was quite amazing.
It was.
So little did I know, even the Uber experience minus the gold status,
or maybe in addition to. Yeah, CIA.
But alas, I think we'll get into that a little bit more later.
Yeah. But so this is the recap of this. So we're So we're gonna start with a word and then we're gonna just grow off of that word.
Okay, is this first thing that comes to mind? Or is this within 30 seconds?
Okay, so let's do a memory that comes to mind.
Okay.
Experience or memory. And then what is your takeaway from that? Okay. So I'm gonna start with it. And this one's it's lots of directions we can go with this. But when I say charcuterie, I'm not going to make you spell it because only spell check works with that. But when I say charcuterie,
I would say pretty much the only food that I ingested for the first 2.5 days. And that is not a complaint. That is a compliment.
You're right, but that also says a lot about you.
But the parks are great hosts.
Okay. So do you have a takeaway?
A takeaway is, I did not know. Okay, I know that you've also mentioned your love for cheese.
That's true.
This is not an understatement. This is actually no, maybe it was an understatement because when I saw this woman creating this charcuterie, I have a difficulty with that
You said it good. No,
okay.
You're right.
The amount of cheese that she took out of the refrigerator and the amount of cheese that these people purchased, it was quite impressive. And it lasted more than 2 days. And there's still some in there. I just saw it when we were making a sandwich.
I might be having another party when y'all leave. I have a 2.0 coming through. No, you're right.
We had cheese, we had meats.
Yep.
We had crackers, we had jams. We had,
jam.
I even saw your little green.
Oh, my rosemary, yeah,
your
fresh.
Little ambiance to put on top of that. You had some candied walnuts.
You're right.
Yeah, it was all good. And my takeaway, you know how to put together an amazing charcuterie board.
Thank you.
Yes. Great party dish, folks. Presentation and everything.
So I think that's my thing about when you have a charcuterie board is everybody has to gather around so everybody's close in proximity.
I did say it wrong. I said it wrong.
No, you didn't. You said it just fine.
Cooterie.
Oh.
Coot.
The CH at the front is the ch, and then it's the coo. Charcuterie.
Okay.
But I think it's one of those things where if you're having a dinner party or even on Saturday when I recreated and we put it out, we all gathered around and then you just you're just chit chatting and it's just a good conversation.
It is.
You're not off in you cannot.
You don't need forks, knives, and spoons.
Yeah. So I think a charcuterie is just something that you need to. I took some pictures, so I'll post it when this goes live. I will. But it's just a good thing. And I remember in my season of like my life changing, and life just got, real simple and real just the bare bones. I miss not doing dinner parties and things. So to be able to do that again and like
You do great.
Well, parks are good at it.
You really do a great job.
You're right. Okay, so charcuterie was the way.
Charcuterie.
That was how we kicked it off. Okay.
It was.
Okay, now here's another one. Many facets to this one, okay? But support.
I'm going to let you take it in a different direction.
Okay.
Hey, her puppy was just drinking out of my water. I got a bit distracted
Are
there.
you sure it's water?
Maybe it's vodka.
She's the drunk bee.
She's a drunk bee. Exactly. No, it truly is. The support, the thing that comes to mind for me, in whatever way that we air the roundtable episode or special, the support to me was just very apparent with your specific tribe and your group that you talk about so often. But just to see it firsthand, I think, and just to hear your heart even more for these women and the quick responses, the investment that you all have in each other's lives, the amazing text thread that is often and frequently used throughout the course of every minute of every day, and but genuinely, like there is a genuine support there, and having them be a part and just share. I think just even their support of this podcast and their support of us and like what we're doing and getting behind, and not just getting behind it because they love you and of course they love me,
right?
But it's more so that it's genuinely impacted them, and they want to support that because it truly has impacted them in a way. So it's not just like this soft supportive from a peripheral, like it really is like a genuine in your face support, and that was really apparent this week.
I'm gonna start there too, because I love that, where I think when we were talking through things yesterday, but I was like, if I were to say, hey guys, I think what we're gonna do is let's all just start donating right legs. Like that's what we're gonna get behind that. They would be the first one to say, who needs my right leg? Like whoever needs it can have it. Like that's just the kind of support that it is. And so our little taglines that we say that we didn't even mean to, it just started happening. Like, I'm not mad about it. Little did I know. Yeah. Let me tell you, like those kind of things, like the catchphrases, Rose and May, they have caught on. And so it's just funny, and so I think that's so great. And that support, like, I think it's one of the things to talk about it, but when you see it and you get to experience it, you're like, this is special. Like this is, and we all gathered again for my favorite holiday yesterday, Cinco de Mayo. And those girls drove back in, to do that. So now here's the other thing when I think of support. Okay. I think of customized bra fittings.
As you should.
Right.
There's no better support than a good old bra.
No, that goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Like that really does. And so I am going to put it out there, and we will have a personal testimony about it. But if you have not had a professional bra fitting, one, we're going to tell you you're wearing the wrong size bra. So here's where Third Love needs to come in and sponsor us. And you're going to be surprised at the bra that they fit you in. That's what I'm going to say to that.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. That I'm going to end on this note to say it is not just an A through D world, people. We have an entire alphabet.
We did find that out this weekend. Yeah, for sure. I found that out this weekend for sure too. But I want to say something too on that, where it's not just even, it wasn't just even the little did I know statements or the I'm not mad about it. We've had conversations of how awful we are on following through with our previous tidbits of information or our life hacks, so to speak. We'll tell one thing and then we do the exact opposite. Like we are such hypocrites.
We really found that out about us. We're not good. No.
So maybe if somebody out there could hold us accountable to post the video, post like you actually following through on a piece of advice.
Yeah.
You can find us at Little Did I Know on Instagram or Facebook. So please reach out and let us know.
That's right. So I think out of a full disclaimer, I'm going to tell people on travel do's and don'ts. And I said, don't ever take a bathtub at a hotel.
Yep.
You know what I did?
She took that darn dadgum bath and almost put the robe on too. You liar!
The robe was really bad material also I was going to. I know. I did all the wrong things that time. I did.
I do have to say, I have yet to utilize a straw for my necklace in travel.
Oh, you didn't do that?
No, I did spray my clothes though with perfume before I came.
Mm-hmm.
I did do that one. But yeah, there's a lot of things that we've like randomly thought of over the course of this weekend that were like, we're liars from the pit of hell.
We are lying. No, I did use the first stall in the bathroom. I
Oh,
did
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've stayed true to some things, but yeah.
The French press has been great.
Oh, thank you. I know. You're right.
What's the next? Give me the next word.
Okay, sunshine.
Girl from Seattle. Mm-hmm. We haven't had nothing but sunshine. It's been absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's also been a good thing because, like, sitting out on your little fire pit that you like to talk about is your favorite spot in the world. I see why.
Yeah.
And it's, and we just went on a long walk this morning and having the heat, like actually sweating.
Yeah. It's something, isn't it?
Something.
I know.
It sure is something.
Yeah, I know.
But the other thing is, when I think of sunshine, I think of, this sounds like a negative connotation, but it's not. Like when somebody blows sunshine up your ass, like the figure of speech, right?
I don't know if I've heard that.
Well,
but I like it. I'm going to use it. So tell me what it means.
But it's almost like a false flattery.
Stop.
But I don't mean that in false flattery way. I mean that in a good way because going back again to like the fun that we've had, the things that we've done, some closed, some not, and then just the conversations with people, the uplifting, and even our conversation we had last night of, regardless of how many people we're impacting, like we are impacting people.
Yeah.
And to hear that, to feel that, and to experience that, like I got, in a good way, sunshine blown up my ass.
See? Okay.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, but I that's going to be my new thing.
Okay.
I love it. So, I think about too, like we're going to talk about this in a minute, but when we're vision casting and you know what we want it to be, I want to have like shirts or merch, and sunshine at my ass, blow sunshine at my ass is going to be one. Right, with like rosé in May. I'm not mad about it. Blow sun. We could actually make that an entire sentence. I'm not mad about rosé in May or when you blow sunshine at my ass. Like that's a whole sentence. I love it. Yeah. Okay, so for me, when I think of sunshine, because again, like just journeying through this past season, we all listened to that podcast. We talked about like the winter of the soul.
Yeah.
And I think we both of us in both of our cities endured a really hard winter, like records were blown away and all that kind of stuff. But we also have had winter of the soul. And I think seeing each one of them, like we said, like there's something about seeing somebody face to face, somebody like hugging them and being in their proximity, even though we are in constant communication through text all the time. But there's something about seeing them and being with them, and they are my family. They're my people, And so the sunshine this weekend, for me, was each one of them walking out of something dark and really having that light, like that part of the sunshine, was a tangible thing. And I do thank you, Lord, for giving us good weather. I mean, it just allowed, like, sit on the patio last night, for Cinco de Mayo, or on the back deck, or whatever that needed to go, or our walk today. That gave it great too.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say seeing each one of us come into a spring of our soul, not just staying in the winter.
Yeah.
So
good.
that would be mine.
That's really good. I think, and the one thing that I hope that we do a good job of this, I know we talk about it a lot, but we don't want this to be just a heavy podcast or place where it's like, oh, we're just talking about the hard stuff again.
Yeah, right.
And I think we'll hear that on our roundtable discussion, that a lot of it's just heavy, but it's like putting a voice to different people's stories and like what's truly going on.
Yeah.
But then also being able to celebrate it with celebrations.
Yeah.
And the breaking out of a winter season, or just how to celebrate those wins, and or just not even talking about anything of any worth,
Right.
just laughing, like,
Yeah.
because we know we can laugh our way to Jesus, and that brings so much life to you anyway. But
And I would say that would have been Friday night at Hamburger Mary's. Like, there wasn't anything except for we're just here to have a really good time, right? Like, there's not. I mean, although a couple people had a couple birthdays and a couple of us were getting married throughout the night. Like, but that was not true. But like, we just had a good, and we laughed
Hypocrisy.
so hard. I know.
we did. We had a good time laughing, for sure.
And that's just good.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, it's just good just to cut loose and just not take ourselves so serious.
Yeah,
Goodness sakes. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like your home base. This is your tribe, your people. You did a wonderful job of bringing us in and hosting. So
thank you.
what would be one takeaway? What would be one, like, your favorite thing? The thing that made you laugh, almost pee your pants?
Oh gosh, just one.
just one. What would be the one thing that maybe little did you know about this weekend that really just topped it off for you?
Okay. I'd say experiential would be Hamburger Mary's on Friday night. Like, we were ready. We were just ready to go. And the way that we interacted and everyone danced and everybody just had a good time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was good. And then that we all decided to not finish our night, but to go to IHOP in like pajamas and slippers.
I will say this. My favorite part for me is seeing the self-proclaimed introverts turn into the team leader.
Dancing queens.
I just want to say that. You self-proclaimed 5/introverts. I don't believe you. I don't believe you one bit. Y'all
Calling
a bunch of-
bullshit. You're a bunch of liars. You sit on a throne of lies.
Talk about hypocrites. That's you.
But we do know that she's having a real hard time recovering. We may not see her for 2 weeks. I may have to like go knock on her door and be like, "It's okay, it's okay." But no, I was so proud of her. Like, just
That's great.
But that's who I know. Like, yeah. So that little surprise Jack in the Box that you got was so fun. Yes, yes, yes. So the next thing that we want to finish, since we are face to face, is vision.
Yes.
We kind of collaborated on Friday. You know, this is why we're here. We had a meeting.
We did.
Because we are going to be
And this is a business expense.
business expense. We are going to have offshoots of this. So this is what we're doing. We'll talk about it and we'll air it, but we did a roundtable.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to let you kind of take that and then like what we really, and this is the serious factor that we're talking about. Bringing it back in. Put your suit and tie back on, button yourself back up. Yeah.
The roundtable experience, that was kind of a surprise to me. And I know that, again, people who would come out of the woodwork for you specifically and just to help in this endeavor too. But, we communicated early on in the podcast, but we communicated even then on Friday night when we did this, that you hear our perspectives a lot because this is our space.
Right.
And we can do what we want.
It has our name on it.
But we know that that's not everybody's
Right.
stories, and we want other people's stories to get heard. And we've communicated in a
Ad nauseum.
plethora amount of times and ways that this is our story, but we all know that everybody else has a story. And we want this to be a roundtable type experience, sit across from each other at a happy hour or a coffee shop and just listen and just hear your hearts and just hear some of the struggles and the battles that you go through, and hopefully be able just to put a voice to those feelings.
Yeah.
Put a voice to that and structure behind how to walk into freedom from that.
Yep.
So the roundtable experience for me was, it was eye-opening, and not just because it was the first time, because you always grow from first times.
Right.
I didn't really know what to expect. So this was heavily on you, honestly, which you ran with it, and
I
you
can
wonderful.
handle it.
You can
It's
handle
okay. I am Gold Star.
it. Gold Star Uber driver, writer. But just being able to, like, literally and legitimately take that model of roundtable, obviously starting with people that we are familiar with and comfortable with, but that's like our desire from this point on is like, in addition to our podcast, is like, we want to do that in other places, and we want to do that in ways to help, again, cultivate a conversation, cultivate even a community of people, where it's like, if we're traveling to you, and you may not know us from Adam,
Right.
you may feel like you do because you listen to us, but like, that's really our hearts behind it, is to travel around and to help you where you're at, and to put a voice to it, and to keep people anonymous if needed, and if wanted, like probably will, but just usher in that freedom, like that hope, that desire, that healing power, not in of ourselves, but again, it's just our hearts behind, because of what we've been through and journeyed through. So I think just having kind of a first step of that roundtable this trip, and then being able to start going from there, that foundation, that base point, and then just seeing how differently we can do this, and whether it's out, in Seattle,
Right.
or whether it's with whomever, wants to be like, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of strangers together, and could you just come out and tell us your deepest, darkest secrets? Like, that's okay. And
and ask the questions that you have been wanting to ask, but nobody's going to give those truths around the answers, right? Because we're good at that.
Yeah. And also, I think that's the comfortability people find with counselors too, because there's no judgment, but there's also, you're on lockdown, right? Like, you're not going to share anything. It's HIPAA. So we don't necessarily have HIPAA issues.
Right.
But there's something to be said with people that, I mean, your girls don't know me well. And so like, even just, they know my story because of hearing this, but they don't know me.
Yeah.
But there's comfortability in that.
Absolutely.
Like, because I really don't care. Right. And so,
yeah.
I don't know. I think more vision is coming to what we want, what we hope, what we expect, and how we want to help others people.
Yeah, I agree. And for those of you, when we asked, like, what do you want us to talk about? We took some of those questions also and sent that out to the roundtable. So it wasn't something that we just had them give their own personal stories, but we asked those questions, and then you heard their answers too. Again, not just always from us, because we're just wanting to be conversation starters, and then have that cultivate. Like you said, that was such a great word. But so that's what we want to do. And we can do that virtual. We can do that, over everybody get on Skype. Or what we really want is we want to come into your community, and we want you to give us the Nashville tour, Hawaii. Carol, if you want to invite me, I'm on my way. All of those places. We'll do it. That was one of the things that we really saw some real magic and some real wonderment happen, and honest and truth, and just support happen. And so that's one of the things that we want to do. Let's do what we do. Shauna, where are you winning and where are you losing?
Winning. I'm winning. I mean, this has just been a wonderful weekend. That's not going to be.
I didn't ask you to say that or anything, did I?
You didn't? That was truly genuine from the heart. Winning was definitely time this weekend.
Yep.
Meeting Sir Thomas, like really getting to know, because I really, I've met him before, but not really met and know him. But just, I'll say this, and I mean this, and because we talked about this last night, but seeing you in a different capacity with him, like all I knew is you. I didn't know you, like, in seeing you interact with your new man.
Right.
So like, even that for me was. It's just kind of like, it was like a proud moment. Aww. And I really had, it was just kind of like, it's really cool to see. Like, it's really cool to see you two interact and how good you really are for each other. And you really do he brings the best out in you. And I know that you probably do the same for him. I just don't see that as much. But the losing.
That you have to leave at 5.
That I have to leave today? Losing. Where would you be winning and losing, Steph? We're just going to cut that off. Where are you winning and where are you losing?
So winning is I accepted an amazing position with Glow Skin Beauty.
Which is also part of why we celebrated this weekend.
That is exact. I mean,
Yes.
that just added another layer. We'll talk about it another time too, but I am really excited about this next piece, and I feel like I have sabbaticaled and I have done some heavy lifting in this, and it's just time. So it's super excited. Where I'm losing is I partied like a rock star all weekend, and I am 45. And so, oh, wow. And not even just like libations, but like little to no sleep. Little did I know how much sleep I really need. And just the constant going and I mean, like, it's just, it's.
This is a hard job. You got to talk about out in the town. Like, we went to some really amazing places. I do have to say, as much as we were talking about hypocrisy earlier and what we didn't do, I do have to say, on the flip side of that, all of your hot places in Kansas City, your favorite places that we talked about. Yeah. As we will experience in Hawaii as well. So I need to confirm this with you. Listen, the places that you talked about in Kansas City with the well, with Bobby Baker's Lounge, when all the shenanigans,
I know,
and then Green Lady, and then Town Topic once we finally found the place.
Oh dear, I know.
And then the experiences that. Yeah. In between getting the hamburgers, like we really had a great time. Yep. Great experiences out in the town in Kansas City.
Kansas City really did show off for you. I mean, nobody except for the gal at Top Golf.
We didn't talk about Top. I'm going to say, little did I know. This is my little did I know.
Okay, yeah. Great segue. We are professionals.
Little did I know how fun Top Golf was.
I know.
We not only got to play Top Golf, we were on the 3rd tier.
Yeah.
So we were penthouse at Top Golf. Mm-hmm. I lost horribly, and I still had an amazing time. You kicked my tail in Top Golf, and Sir Thomas did too.
He really showed off this weekend.
And I do also have to say that my right side of my back from simply swinging a golf club.
Oh. Yeah. No.
It's rough. But little did I know how fun that would be. That was the best way to start an evening off, is playing Top Golf.
Oh, perfect. Yep. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to say, okay, here's my little did I know. Little did I know what amazing host we are. Like, Tom Parks is the one who encouraged all of it to go all out. And he's kind of like, he was like the mayor of the weekend. Like, he just kind of showed everybody off, and it was just a really good time. I did not realize that I was marrying such a party host.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah.
I confirm.
There is Kansas City Tribe Weekend, business meeting, all of that combined. We did a lot of heavy lifting. We did. Super thankful. Had a lot of fun. And this is our first one face-to-face. First of many. How fantastic. I know. We're going to have to get Office Space pretty soon. Okay, I am Stephanie Parks. You can find me on Facebook at Stephanie Parks or on Instagram at stephkparks.com. I'm Shauna Zolman-Mihaly, and you can find me there on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, and please I hope you enjoy this as much as I don't think that you will, honestly. Just going to be honest. I don't think you're going to enjoy this episode as much as we enjoyed our time this weekend. But still, thank you. But what we wanted to do is create something in you, a buzz, that you're like, I like them. I want them to do this here because I want to have a good time. Yep. So I think that's where we're at. And you know what will happen? We'll show up. Yeah. And they will have a good time. There's no question there. Yeah, you're going to make your friends jealous. That's how that's going to be. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. We will see you soon. Bye.